my angels, it's Hailey Reese and welcome to ReeseMiss 2018. I am so excited to be once again uploading for every day from now until Christmas. Honestly, ever since 31 Days of Halloween ended, all I've done this whole past month was look forward to December 1st so that I could start uploading once again every single day for you guys. This year though, something extra special is happening, and that is the fact that not only am I going to be uploading every single day here on my main channel, but I'm also going to be uploading every single day on my vlog channel. It's not just going to be vlogs, it's going to be so much crazy stuff, so make sure if you are not yet subscribed to my vlog channel that you head on over to my vlog channel, you subscribe, only if you like me, of course, and then you'll be getting 2 videos from me every single day until Christmas. Last year when I started ReeseMiss, I wanted to do something Christmas related and kind of get into the spooky Christmas spirit. However, this year I thought, why not dive into one of our favorite subject matters here on my channel, which is the Ouija board. But let's talk about, for the first time ever, the actual origin of the Ouija board. I personally have always wondered how the Ouija board came to be, where it came from, who invented it, how they discovered it, how they became, or how it began, that people would communicate with spirits via this board, and how it got so dangerous and frowned upon in a sense. So today, we're taking a dive through history. We're going through each and every aspect of what made the Ouija board what it is. And let me just tell you guys, there are some spooky aspects to this. So without further ado, let's just dive right on into it. But if you are new to my channel or you are just not yet subscribed, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. Like I said, I'm uploading every single day. And oh boy, do I have some spooky and great content for you guys this month. So during the time of the spiritualist movement, mediums began using many different ways to communicate with the dead. There were so many people who wanted to communicate with deceased loved ones or loved ones who they didn't know what had happened to them. So all of these mediums began finding ways to communicate with their deceased loved ones. They developed many methods, one of which being table turning, which included tables moving or knocking on the floor in response to letters called out from the alphabet. So for an example, if I was trying to communicate with a spirit via this method, I would go A, B, C, and when the table would move or a knock would occur, I would write down that letter and I would form sentences and messages out of it. Another was using a heart-shaped device that had 2 wheels on the one end of it, and at the point, it had a pencil. Users would place their hands on this device and allow the spirits to take control, which is very similar to a Ouija board, but it would write out messages and images. Now, both methods actually were rather problematic. I mean, the first method of table turning would take so much time. It was incredibly time consuming to get sentences or messages. I mean, if you really think about it, sitting there calling out each letter of the alphabet, waiting to form a sentence out of it would be incredibly time consuming. And the other method, using the heart-shaped device, became hard to read. It was hard to make out the words and the images because if the spirit was moving around a lot, it would like overlap with one another and it became difficult to really decipher what the messages were with this specific device. So a lot of these mediums actually got rid of using any of these devices and decided to channel within their own minds during their trances, but others continued on, creating basically a table with a bunch of letters written on it and a planchette as a pointer. Over time, this specific method of painting on the table and utilizing the planchette became a very popular method, therefore turning into what we know now as the Ouija board, although it wasn't called the Ouija board back then. It basically just paved the way for what would become the Ouija board, or Ouija board. I call it a Ouija board, but people call it a Ouija board, which is more in line with how it's spelled. Now, following the American Civil War in the United States, mediums became a hot craze because so many people wanted to talk to their loved ones and find out what happened to them, or survivors wanted to contact those that had passed, and it was just a really big deal to communicate with your loved ones. The use of talking boards was so common by the year 1886 that news reported this phenomena taking over spiritualist camps in Ohio. These talking boards became such a craze in the spiritualist movement and in the movement of people trying to contact deceased loved ones, However, the Ouija board itself was created and named in Baltimore, Maryland in 1890. Businessman Elijah Bond had the idea to patent the planchette, sold with a board on which the alphabet was printed, much like the previous existing talking boards. The patent was filed on May 28, 1890 for patent protection and were credited the invention. Now, interestingly enough, in order to have this device patented, the patent office basically said that they would have to prove that this board works. They were not to be made fools. If this wasn't legitimate, why were they going to patent it? And so basically they said that if this specific device could spell out his name without them knowing his full name, then they would have their patent. And the board did. It completely spelled out their name. He was shocked, and they received the patent for this device. Now, an employee of Elijah Bond, William Field, I believe it's pronounced, took over the talking board production. In 1901, William began production on his own version of the talking boards under the name Ouija or Ouija. Now, he claimed that he asked the board what it wanted to be named, and it said it wanted to be named Ouija. And apparently that comes from the ancient Egyptian word Ouija, which means good luck. Now, the building where this particular seance occurred, where he found out what the board wanted to be named, still stands today, but it's currently a 7-Eleven. Now, it was a big misconception up until this day, and honestly for me as well, up until doing this research, that Ouija board had been named after oui, which is French for yes, and ja, which is yes in German. So they thought it was just like a combination of words, basically meaning yes, but that is completely wrong. Apparently, the board chose the name itself coming from the word good luck in ancient Egyptian. Crazy enough though, William Field's name became known associated with the Ouija boards, and apparently he even claimed himself that he had invented it. So he gets a lot of the credit for having invented the Ouija board, which isn't really the case, but now, after the Ouija boards became a giant hit, obviously a ton of scientific experiments were conducted to find out what the real reasoning behind it, because of course, it couldn't possibly be spirits moving your hands around. Various studies were conducted recreating the effects of Ouija boards, and some even say that under laboratory conditions, subjects were moving the planchette involuntarily. Skeptics have described Ouija board users as operators, basically meaning that they're the ones completely moving it, whether it's intentional or just subconscious. Now, as the practice of spiritualism began to decline, Ouija boards found themselves in game aisles and were labeled as nothing more than just a fun little game. On that same token though, Catholic Christian bishops called for this game to be banned, claiming anybody who utilizes this device is summoning demons. Now, this is now, up until today, but an ongoing debate as to whether or not the Ouija board is our subconscious minds moving the planchette, or it's something spiritual and unworldly forcing us to move it. Now, my personal opinion is probably a lot different than those of science. You guys know that I'd never advise anybody to use a Ouija board, because they are vessels to the other side and you never know what you could be unleashing. But today's video is about the history, not about my own personal opinion. What I will say is I find it kind of creepy that when he asked the board what it wanted to be named, it wanted to be named good luck. And what I take that as somebody who does not want anything to do with a Ouija board is that it's basically saying, good luck, who knows what you're about to contact, or good luck, see if you'll live to tell the tale of this. No, not live to tell the tale, but you guys know what I mean. I think that it's a little bit eerie and spooky that the board itself wanted to be named good luck, but that's neither here nor there. Basically, that's a summary of the history of the Ouija board and how it came to be. It really stems from spiritualism and individuals that really wanted to contact the deceased. A lot of people believe that this is, no joke, myself included, that it really does contact the other side. But there's also people who believe in the name of science that there's a scientific explanation for anything and everything to do with the Ouija board, and that's just that. Let me know in the comments below if you guys knew anything about the history of the Ouija board. Do you think that it's all within our mind, or do you think that there is something terrifying or even fascinatingly spiritual and unworldly about these Ouija boards? You guys know my opinion, but I always love to hear yours, so make sure you go ahead, drop your comments down below and let me know what you guys think, because I don't know, These boards just freak me the heck out. Well, you guys, that is it for ReeseMiss Day 1. Make sure you also let me know in the comments below what you guys want to see over the next month, because I will be uploading every single day, and I always read your guys' suggestions as far as what you want to see from me. I love you guys so very much. I hope that you enjoyed today's video, and that is it. If you guys are new to my channel or you're just not yet subscribed but you do enjoy my videos, make sure you go ahead and click that subscribe button. I am uploading every single day, so you don't want to miss when I upload. And please give this video a big thumbs up if you did enjoy it. It makes my heart super, super happy when you guys do that, so please do that. Remember, my loves, do all things with kindness. And until tomorrow, I love you.